Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we're bringing you a college football 25 content. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the new 12-team playoff format. As you guys know, normally college football has a 4-team playoffs. That got expanded up to 12, and we've talked about expanding it even more, but going into this year, they're going to have a 12-team format. So pretty much what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to play as a team, sim through the entire season, and see what college football predicts as the first ever 12-team playoff format. So I'm going to start off here by telling you I'm going to play as Kennesaw State just because Kennesaw State, they're new to college football. They're not a high overall. They're the worst overall in the game. So if I play as this team, it shouldn't mess up anything. I didn't want to play as Alabama, Ohio State, Oregon, one of the top teams, and have people be able to say, well, Alabama didn't make the playoffs because you played as them. So with Kennesaw State, they shouldn't make playoffs, so I shouldn't worry about messing anything up. But we're going to go ahead and sim to the first poll, college football playoff poll, to see how it looks. So 1 seed, you got Michigan. 2 seed, Kansas State. A little bit shocking there. Kansas State, not expecting them to be your 2 seed. Florida is your 3 seed. Same thing there. They're good at football, but a little bit shocking that they're the 3 seed. Really shocking that we have Miami of Ohio at the 4 seed. And then, you got Oregon as your 5. Alabama is your 6. Ohio State is your 7. Clemson is your 8. Notre Dame is your 9. Utah is your 10. USC is 11. And Pitt is your 12. So we take a look at this and we see this is why it's good. You get teams like Florida, Pitt, Miami of Ohio in there that normally aren't. But this is what it comes down to. These are the teams at the end of the year that they ended up putting in the playoffs. So you got 1 seed Michigan, 2 seed Kansas State. They stayed the same. Alabama is your 3 seed. Miami moves in as your 4 seed. They were not in this when it came out as the first poll. Notre Dame is your 5. Penn State is your 6. Clemson 7. Georgia 8. Oregon 9. Ohio State 10. Texas Tech 11. And then you got Tulane as your 12 seed. And Tulane's a perfect example as to why I think this will be a good for college football in general. I mean, you're putting teams in that normally don't have a chance at making the playoffs because they're not Alabama, they're not Ohio State. They're not going to be able to compete with these teams. But when you put them in there and you give them a chance, if they can pull off a win, who knows? We could see Tulane go on a run. We could see them making it all the way to the finals. They could lose this week. They could get embarrassed. But hey, that's what's fun about football. You never know. You could go on a run. College football is an interesting sport to where it could be one score at 1 minute, and then 2 minutes later you come back and it's a completely different score. College football is just like that. So it just makes sense. You're giving more teams exposure. You're giving them. I think this will help with the transfer portal and recruiting in general for some of these teams. But as you can see, the first week of bowl games, Georgia takes down Oregon. No surprise there. We do see Tulane take down Notre Dame, and that's what's fun about it. It was a close game, as you can see, 16-13. They didn't go out there and smack Notre Dame, but they were in a close dogfight. They had nothing to lose, so they went out there, tried their hardest, and they ended up winning. We could see them go on a run. Who knows? And then you see up on the right, you got Ohio State taking down Clemson, and you got Penn State taking down Texas Tech. So, really, you got a lot of your main teams in here, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama. A lot of the main top teams in college football that really have a chance at the playoffs every year are in here. But then you also have your teams like Kansas State, Penn State, Miami, and Tulane. Some of these teams, especially like Penn State, they have a good football program, but then normally with the 4-team format, they normally don't get a chance at it. So this is what's good about college football, moving to the 12-team format. And if they wanted to move to a 15-team format and give the 1 seed, the best team in all of college football, a bye, make everyone else play, I'd be okay with that too. It just makes sense. It's a little bit more like the NFL now. So at the second week of bowl games, as you can see, Georgia, they lose to Michigan. No real surprise there. Georgia's the best program, I would say, in college football. But Michigan, they're not far off. They're a very notable program. It seems like they're always making runs at least recently, they have been making a lot of runs at the national championship. You can see Tulane, they win against Miami by 10. So like I was saying, Tulane, they went on a run. And I think this would be cool to watch in real time. Each week, watching a team that's not supposed to win, the true underdogs take down these teams on their way up. So I like that aspect of it with the 12-team format. And then going over to the right here, I guess if you want to go by the game, they said Ohio State's the underdog. They're probably not. Ohio State's probably the better team. But, yep, they're moving on. And then down in the bottom, Alabama moves on. So, really, we have the three main teams that are normally in college football. And as you can see, reality kind of takes over when it comes to the third week of bowl games. Tulane, they don't end up pulling it out. They had a nice run, and honestly, if a team did that in real life, I could see how that would persuade recruits to come and play you. Like, this team was this close, so I want to go to that team that's almost there. It's like you're not hopping onto a bandwagon in a way. But yeah, Michigan ends up winning, so they're going to the national championship, and Ohio State ends up taking down Alabama. So sadly, with the 12-team format and the first season of it based on the game, you get two teams that are normally in the playoffs and normally have a chance and normally end up making a run. So that kind of sucks. But hey, overall, I think this will be good in the long run. I'm really hoping Michigan wins because I can't stand Ohio State. But sadly, Ohio State ends up coming out with the win. So that sucks for me. I'm sure Ohio State fans will be happy because Ohio State, they kind of seem like a team that they're good, but they're not normally. They normally don't really win. I don't know what it is. They can normally get to the finals, or they make a strong case as to why they should, and they just can't finish it out. So in the game, that's who college football has winning your 2024 college football playoffs. They got Ohio State winning it for you. So if you're an Ohio State fan, congratulations. If you're not an Ohio State fan, better luck next time. I don't know what to tell you. This would not have been my pick if it was up to me. I think Ohio State's really overrated, to be honest with you. But that's pretty much all for this video. I had a lot of fun making it. I think it was kind of cool, especially like watching Tulane's run. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the new 12-team playoff format. If you think it's good, if you think it's bad, if you think it'll help small schools get a better chance recruiting. Also, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what school you think is going to win. I'm a Baylor fan. I don't think Baylor's going to win. So you could be a homer for your team, or you could be realistic. I'm kind of realistic. But yeah, like I was saying, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know which team you think will win the playoffs this year. But that's all we got in this video. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more college football content. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.